I usually I'll wait until I start feeling nudged, I should say, to put messages out. And I just finished, the zodiac and the human design readings, maybe a week ago or so. And I started getting the urge to put out messages again, but I was trying to get clarity. And I was thinking about this deck. This is a Sacred Traveler Oracle deck. And I just kept thinking about this deck. And I just kept asking, I'm like, what do I do? Do I start with the zodiac and the human design profiles again? And I was like, no. I got this message that it's more about a message that you need to hear on whatever journey that you're on right now, whatever path you're on right now. And it's more so, if you connect to the card, or if you connect to the message on the card, because that's what I'm going to use for the title of the video. I don't really know how many of these I'm going to put out. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. You might have heard me, if you've been here before, you might have heard me say I'll go wherever the energy takes me as long as it feels good. And I'm also, gonna stop resisting, because I have been resisting the last couple days, and today I have a migraine. So I don't know if they are linked together, but if they are, I hope my migraine subsides by starting this. So let's just get into it. Let's see what comes out, and we'll go from there. Oh, and also don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, help your girl out. And my calendar is open. My books are open for personal readings. So let's connect there too. The link is below. And okay, now we can officially get into it. All right. So we're just gonna take maybe one or two. Honestly, I'm not even sure. So we're on this journey together right now. I'm trying to release control, because for the most part, I like things to be, kind of polished, even though I'm the opposite of polished for the most part. In my life, I've definitely been described as rough around the edges. That is too many. That is also too many. What is the message? We'll take 3. And I might just pull a card, a tarot card, or a couple on each one of these cards. So we have discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. Passion and pleasure. Savor your life. Transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. It's so interesting, because this card feels like, we have these 2 characters here pointing off over there. I can't read what's on these signs. But then we have this figure that's just walking by or deciding to go in a different direction. And that could be what you're doing. It could have been a decision that you've already made. It could be a decision that you are making or considering. This has very, the path untraveled, or what is that saying? Taking the path less traveled. And it's more about discovering your own truth, and really how it's like you want to do that yourself in some capacity. Because, there's these 2 characters here, and one person could be asking for directions or information even, and then there's just this person that's like, I'll figure it out as I go. Or I'm just, I can see already what's over there, and that looks fine, but That's not necessarily for me. And then passion and pleasure, savor your life. Yeah, I mean, it has this like going against the grain feel. And the grain can be what, your family expected or your culture expected you to do or be, or a way of living your life. Because this has very, like, between these two cards, this has a very you only live once vibe to it. Because, in this one, there are these figures that are dancing around this flame. But then there are these two people that are watching. So it could be that you make a living doing something that is just totally different than either even what you imagined or what you thought. This even has like gypsy vibes to it. And look at the difference too. Like in this card, there's more, community and traditional housing, right? Like kind of more, I don't know why like 9 to 5 keeps coming to mind, but in this card, there's this trailer or like a tiny home. They're clearly in the woods here too. It's also nighttime. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely like there's definitely like dancing to the beat of your own drum here. And then with this transformation, like hello, right? I mean, a fresh new way of living emerges. Like, you know, by literally making this decision to discover your own truth and what your passion and pleasure is for your life. What even brings you passion and pleasure in your life? Wow. We have the Magician and the Hanged Man. Yeah, I mean, it feels like something that is like currently maybe under consideration. With the Magician, I mean, we'll talk about it, of course. I can't see if, I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to leave it for now. What's savor your own life, or savor your life and transformation? Wow. Wow. You know, take it from me. Take a little beat from me that, when you're like resisting something that you know to be true to a certain degree, it's like, it's just prolonging the possibility, or it's prolonging something absolutely beautiful unfolding. Let me make sure this is all in frame. Hold on. Okay. I don't know. I feel like for some reason my camera is just being weird. But okay. So with discovering truth, we have the Magician, which is number 1. It literally comes right after the Fool card. We also have the Fool out. And then we have the Hanged Man. The Magician is recognizing that you have all of the tools that you need right now in this moment to manifest the thing that you are trying to manifest. It's like there's no need to wait. But the Hanged Man is about suspension. It could be about delay, but it's willful suspension. The whole point of being in suspension, how many times am I going to say that word, is to see things from a different perspective. And it might just be that the perspective change that you need is to recognize that you do have the ability to choose. Because you stand in the light of your truth, right? Like that's what discovering truth says. And that's this. And if for some reason you feel like you don't have enough, you don't have something, it's like, if I had this, or if I could do this, then I would. No, you wouldn't. Because then it would just be something else. It would just be like, oh, okay, well, now I have that, but I really need this. No, like, this is just going for it. And whatever you need, it will show up for you in exactly the time that you need it. But this is literally about making a decision. That's it. And it's interesting that the next card we have is the Two of Swords, which is like the card of indecision. And it could just be that, and I mean, of course, like, this doesn't have to be what you're envisioning for your life, right? I mean, it's just an image on a card. It's just giving us a window into the possibilities, right? But maybe it's like you can't even, it's like you can feel it, but you can't see it in your mind's eye. And that's what's preventing you from making the leap, taking that first step. Because in the Two of Swords, swords having to do with our mind, there's a feather. I think that's a feather in front of their face, like in front of their eyes, so they can't see. Right? But that's just saying that we're in this place of indecision because we feel like we can't see the path forward. We can't see how something is going to unfold all the way. And really, that is part of the beauty of uncertainty, is that you can't see how it unfolds. You have no control over how something unfolds. And if we did have control over how, like, the future unfolds for us, it we would be really doing ourselves a disservice, because there are so many magical things that are unexpected that just show up, like I was saying, in our lives exactly when we need them. But if we're trying to have too much control over what the path looks like and how it unfolds, we wouldn't even recognize those things. We wouldn't even allow those things to come in. So this is telling me, it's like, release control. And also with the Two of Swords, it's like, literally make a decision. You're going to have to at some point. And it's literally looking at, the life that I have now. Is that cool? Am I going to be okay with that? Or do I want to try to see what this other option is? And especially because it's just like burning in me. And then with this transformation card, a fresh new way of living emerges. We have the 10 of effing cups. Are you kidding me? This is the happiest card in the minor arcana. Cups filled, all of them. You have community, you have family. Maybe you have, you meet somebody and you start a family if that's something that you want. But it's being able to share your passion, share your love with other people. And then the Fool card at the bottom of the deck. The Fool is that leap of faith. And I kind of love how it looks like, because they would be walking, off of this cliff in this direction. But it's like, it looks like the energy of this is the, like, plateau or the mountain or whatever. And then this is them walking off the cliff, like looking behind them, looking at this, but deciding to take that leap. That is beautiful. See? I'm leaving it there. I'm going to try to keep these a little bit on the shorter side. I'm leaving it there. Thank you so much. Bye.